Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you all so much. So this video is just to respond to the 29 emails that I got and the 47 Instagram DMs asking some questions about the Ausbildung and so on. So unfortunately, I am on a 1 week night duty role. Like I can't respond to all the messages, hence because I'm so kind and I love you all so much, I thought let me just make a video to answer all those questions. Most of the questions were similar. Most people asking about the visas, what happens after the Ausbildung, and so on and so forth. So I'll be just summarizing, like where there was the question was asked more than once. I'm going to pick that key point. So how do I apply? So the first step is to learn the German language if you are not yet doing so, because most Ausbildungs are going to ask you about the German language. Step 2 is now to find an Ausbildung which you like, which you're interested in doing. Do not just choose an Ausbildung because it's going to make you leave your country and come here quickly. No, choose something that you would love to do, that you can do for 3 years plus. Step 3, you now apply to the companies which are offering the Ausbildung. I have shared a CV, here is it. I've shared an application letter, here is it. You have done your German language certificate, you attach a copy. You have got some school certificates of your previous qualifications, your high school and so on, you attach them. These are the things you need for your application. Number 4, it's now the interview phase. You have been successful with your application. They just want to see you. Do not be afraid. You are not going to be asked questions like, where do you see yourself in 10 years and so on. No, they just want to see who they are talking to. And when you are doing this interview, it will be a virtual interview if you're not in Germany. Dress properly, don't dress those, you know what I mean. Just be decent. And also just be free. Do not be afraid. They just want to know you. And also, they know that your German is not perfect. You are not here. They'll be so lenient with you. Some will even speak to you in English. So do not be afraid of such things. Just be relaxed. So after the interview, you are now going to get your contract sent to you. Do not make the mistake of booking an appointment at the embassy without the contract. You need a contract. When you have the contract, you have signed it and sent back the copy via email. Also, then that other copy and so on, it's what you are going to take with you to the embassy for your visa application. If you still have got some questions before we continue with the Ausbildung series and so on, then leave them in the comment section. I'll be responding over there, and you could also be helping someone who has got that similar question. What is an Ausbildung exactly? Is it a degree? What is it? So an Ausbildung is a vocational training or an apprenticeship. You go to a college to learn something with your hands, which is going to be a profession when you have graduated. It's if you are a foreigner, you have to be at least 18 years of age, because you have to sign this contract, yeah? And then also at the embassy, you have to do the application for the visa on your own. It's easier that way. If you are a minor below 18, it makes things a bit complicated because an adult has to sign for you, an adult has to accompany all that drama. So it's always best if you are 18 years and above. And the age limit In Germany, you go for your pension at 67, meaning you can do your Ausbildung before you are 67. Of course, some jobs are so physically demanding, and we know that when you are above 60, some people are no longer so fit. So when you are choosing an Ausbildung, I would say choose something which which you are still fit to do. For example, you can't do a paramedic Ausbildung when you are 65. It takes 3 years, you're already in your pension, and also it's physically demanding. Some people at that age won't manage all that stress of learning a new language, a new profession, running around. It could be difficult for you. So rather choose something which is more chilled. Maybe you'll say a librarian, for example. For your education, not every Ausbildung wants you to have gone to school for 10 years, for 12 years, for 7 years, or whatever. At least if you did up to grade 7, the primary school education, if you've got that certificate, it plays a big role. If you went and did the secondary school but you failed, but you have certificates on your hands, then it's an advantage, because after grading, some subjects here are considered passes. For example, I remember when I was grading my certificates, I can't remember this, I think geography, whatever, I had a D, and in another subject I had an E. Those were considered as passes here, so do not think, oh no, it's not meant for me and so on. No, just produce a certificate. It's never too late. You can now register for your exams for this year. You write the exams for your secondary school, and then you learn the German language at the same time. By next year, April, you are starting an Ausbildung in Germany. Think of it in such a positive way. The German language, the certificates, and so on. So it doesn't matter where you learn your language, either in class or online. What's important is that you pass the German language B1, which is a basic requirement in most Ausbildungs. Well, some Ausbildungs want German language B2, but with the B1, you are safe compared to someone who doesn't have the language at all. So for the language, there are a lot of schools. In this video here that you're seeing on the screen, I shared about the Alpha Academy, which is a German language school in Bulawayo. They also do some lessons online. I have got some people that I know who have done the lessons over there. Some have got their visas, they are coming here. So what's important is that you register, you learn the language. Some people prefer doing it on their own and through other platforms. It's okay, but you have to have a recognized German language certificate, which you have written at a proper institution. In this video, which I attached here, there are also some boards. There is the detailed information that you may need about the German language. So start the German language now. It usually doesn't take very long when you are determined. Just think about the future. Don't think about how difficult it is now. I know personally German is also not, the German language is not an easy language to learn, but if you speak English, it's not so difficult. And if you speak Ndebele or isiZulu, then it's also easier, because some words are pronounced like how we pronounce in the Ndebele language, like what you see is what you pronounce. So, there are a lot of ways on, just watch the video for detailed information about the language. How long does it take for you to get the visa? This is so different. It depends on your country. For some people, it takes 1 week. For my brother-in-law, it was 10 days. For my sister-in-law, it took 4 days. You see, it's so different. Someone I know, it took 2 months, someone 3 months, another one 1 month. It all depends on your area, your country. How do I communicate with those people? Like, my German won't be good. I won't maybe understand anything on the phone. Don't worry, Germans are so particular with written information. Make sure your email address is active and you check your emails regularly. You'll be communicating via emails. I would also say, please be updating them. Or I'm going to apply my visa tomorrow. I received the documents you sent me. Thank you very much. Or this is the update that I got from the embassy. My visa is now out. Just be in, let the communication flow. Not that they just sit and wonder what's happening with this person. Are they even coming? And at the same time, don't do it too much. You might know. Good morning, I just thought of contacting you today. No, these are your bosses. You keep the communication stable. Or even maybe, let's say you're still waiting. It's been 2 weeks. You haven't got a response at the embassy. Write them, I'm still waiting for the embassy to respond. Or maybe there is something that just happened in between. You just inform them that maybe there is a funeral at home. I can't leave on Saturday. Instead, I'm going to leave on Tuesday. It's allowed. Talk, communicate. There was a question about money. During the Ausbildung, that one person said I'm a family man, another one said I'm a mom of 4 kids. Like, these salaries that you are mentioning during the Ausbildung are legal. Can I sustain my life? How is it? So for you as an Auszubi, it's enough. That money will be enough when you are here on your own. But because we've got extended families, we have to take care of people back home. You now have to plan. And also, if you are young and your family makes you come here for you to do this Ausbildung, parents, relatives, let's not expect a lot. You can't expect someone who earns, let's say, 1,000 euros to take care of all your financial needs. It's not possible. So this salary is enough when you are here. For some, I know in the healthcare, you talk to your matron, your director of your home, whatever, where you are working. There is something called Wegebau. Wegebau, where you earn money more than a normal Atsupi. So instead of 1,000 euros, you can earn up to almost 2,200. In some states, even up to 2,500 euros a month. So this is something that you can consider. Or you can supplement your salary by doing an extra mini job. You do maybe in another nursing home where you'll be earning plus 520 euros a month on top of your 1,000. So you see, it's just for a short time where you'll be earning little money. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you are done. Now you start earning more. But with that salary, you can sustain your needs. One question asks that I would love to come, but the problem is my HIV status. I'm HIV positive. How will I be handled over there? Can I get ARVs and so on? Yes, I had to call somewhere to ask about this. They said you have to keep your medical records. Since you tested positive, all those CD4 counts, just keep every record, the name of the tablets you take, everything. Keep it. When you come here, you have to go to your house arts. You have to get a general practitioner, your family doctor. This one is the one who will be taking care of your blood, everything, your checkups. And then if you, by the time you come, like when you come, I know it takes time to get a house out when you're looking for one. Look for your AIDS Hilfe in your area. Then you contact them go there, tell them that, my situation is like this, so that you won't run out of your medication. And also a tip from me, if you can, I would say bring maybe your medication for the next 3 to 6 months or so, so that in case you do not get a medication in between, you are covered. You know what I mean? So your record, that's what they said. They said like your record is the most important thing that you have to bring. Under health, there was a question about like how much does it cost to go to a doctor and all those things. Someone said the daughter and son who are coming here, one has got braces and one has got glasses, and the Ausbildung places they've got for October this year. So medical aid covers your health, everything related to health. For things like dentals and extra things, where you have to pay, I would say when they get here, it's always better to have an extra insurance, maybe the ECO, whatever insurance, where you'll be paying maybe even 10 euros a month. It helps in the long run when you need that extra service which your medical aid doesn't cover. Money after the Ausbildung, there was a question, someone asking about like, with my salary, can I afford to go on vacation, have a car, that's the basic needs. Yes, you can. A car, it depends on how you want to own it. Do you want a leasing? Do you want to finance it? Do you want to buy it cash, a second hand, a brand new? There are more options. You just look at what you want to drive. Anyway, Germany is the land of cars. Who doesn't want to drive a nice toy? And yeah, food and I've done a video, I think, or two, about grocery shopping. You can look at the prices, you see for yourself. And by the way, I've got an upcoming one again where I'll be talking about the cost of living now in Germany, like currently this year in 2025. It's coming in soon. And yeah, just the clothing, H&M, Zara, it's as long as you live below your means. Yes, you can afford your life perfectly. You can even travel. Look at me, I'm a nurse. I can afford to travel, right? You see, why not? There were also some questions about family, bringing your family with you here. This depends with your company. I know 2 people who relocated from their countries, like a couple with kids, to come and do nursing in, I know, one nursing home close to where I live, and someone was in another city. They left with their family. So when I was talking to the wife, how she did, she said, we told during when my husband applied, then he told them that he would want to bring his wife with him, and they want to bring their child also, because no one would take care of the child. So when that company organized an apartment for them to live as a family and bring their child, unfortunately it was just a bachelor pad for the 3 of them, and they also helped them get the school for the kids. So they stayed there for about almost 6 months whilst they were still looking for an apartment, like a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, so they could move to, which they did. So ask at your company. I would say if you are applying into nursing, look at care homes. Those ones offer such relocation packages. Both of you are now come to school. They consider you. You stand a high chance of being considered, because it's no longer 1, now it's 2 nurses. That I won't be living in the Ausbildung accommodation. I am now private on my own. Yes, it's enough, believe me. So let's say at the end of the month, after all the benefits and everything, you take 2,800 euros, right? Remember, you just graduated, yeah? 2,800 euros. So for accommodation, if you live in big cities, in the city direct, it's expensive. For a 2-bedroom apartment, I'll use Stuttgart, you can even pay up to 3,000 euros a month for your rent, which is impossible if you are earning 2.8. In some areas, not direct in the city center, like let's say maybe 10 kilometers away from the city, you'll be paying maybe 1,500. And then if you move a little bit further again, 20, 30 Ks, there you are going to be paying less than 1,000. So consider such places. Also, some companies, hospitals, clinics, care homes can help you look for accommodation close to work, which is not 1 bedroom, maybe 2 bedroom or 3 bedrooms, because you're considering of taking your family here. Think of such things, right? And I would also say, when it comes to accommodation, look for small towns or villages. Well, the villages are not like villages, you know, not those ones, you know. I won't mention names, but the villages are small. For example, a city like Gwanda in Matebeleland in Zimbabwe is a village when you compare it here, because it's small. So such, or Plumtree, those are the villages. Then there was a question about the citizenship and permanent res. Then someone also asked about in relation to what documents will I get after the Ausbildung. So after the Ausbildung, you have to work for 2 years. When you have done these 2 years, you now qualify for a permanent residence, which costs, I think, 100 and something, less than 200 euros. I can't remember. And then for your citizenship, you are supposed to have lived for 5 years here. Like you're supposed to have paid taxes for 5 years. And so if you do an Ausbildung, the Ausbildung won't be considered 3 years. Instead, it will be considered 1.5. And then you add, so from 1.5 until 5 years. For your citizenship, I did a video about becoming a German citizen. You can see it on the screen here. For your citizenship costs 255 euros. Yes, it's very affordable compared to other countries. And yes, you can live here. You can get all the benefits that you need. Yeah. Now, in Germany, work-life balance is very important. They are so strict. You can't work without off days. So normally during the Ausbildung, your week is 40 hours. It's 8 hours a day times 5 days. So you need your rest in between. It's actually illegal if your company makes you do that. If the law finds out, or let's say an accident happens at work, you know, these people are so clever, they know how to find out. You are going to be in hot pepper soup for that. 3 main things that you need, like from the German side, is your contract of the Ausbildung. In which school are you going to do your Ausbildung? Where will you be doing your practicals? Oh, that's important. It has to be stated in your contract. How much will you be earning during this Ausbildung? It has to be in the contract. You are going to see it. And then the accommodation. Where are you going to be living? If in the school, usually in most clinics, hospitals, Ausbildungsplaces, places, so they have got apartments. You are going to get an extra contract, or it could be written in that main Ausbildung contract where it will say, Snoe will be living at number 25 Berliner Street in Heidelberg. She will be living in a 30 square meter apartment. That information is important. If you'll be paying for the apartment, how much will you be paying? It has to be stated. And for Azubis, don't worry, it's always very, very affordable. And then still on the visa, someone asks that what if my visa gets declined? Will I be paid back my money? And what could make my visa be rejected? So if you apply for the visa and you get rejected, you are not going to get back that visa amount. You are going to sign, you will see it at the embassy. They write it in bold letters. And then the reasons that could make your visa to be rejected are if your documents are not enough, or you didn't put enough supporting documents, they won't grant you a visa. If you lie, let's say you have written on your visa application that you are coming to do an Ausbildung, but you have now got you are come to do an Ausbildung in nursing, but the contract which you are having here is now saying something else. If your story doesn't adds up, you are not going to be granted the visa. Another reason why you could be declined is if you've got criminal records. What criminal records do you have? That's important also. And sometimes, and if you go for your visa application late, they are going to decline you even entering the embassy itself. Another reason why you could be declined is because, for example, your passport. They always emphasize that your passport should have at least 6 months validity. Rather, make it minimum 1 year. Or if you see now that your passport is about to expire, apply for a new one in order to avoid being declined. Your documents are fake passport, or maybe you've got fake school certificates, or something is fake, this is a criminal offense. You might find yourself behind bars instead of a flight to Germany. So another question was about which are the best Ausbildungs programs that one can apply to and not get rejected easily. So this question came up a lot. One, of course, nursing, because it's so broad, it's easy for you, so you can apply as a Gesundheits- und Krankenpflegerin or an Altenpflegerin or Kinderkrankenpflegerin, Heilerziehungspflegerin. It's a lot. On this channel I have shared more than enough about nursing. Just look at the videos which are on the screen here. You can go and watch them. I'll put the links in the description box, then you can just follow through, see which one suits you amongst the nursing ones. And then another Ausbildung was the hospitality. I did a video just a week ago. You can also watch it. Culinary arts and professional cooking. I haven't done one in culinary arts, but I did one under the bakery. You can go and watch that video and apply. I even shared the links where you should apply. You can also apply for an Ausbildung in construction or skills trade, the plumbers, electrician, bricklayers, all that stuff. If you are good and it's your field, why not use this opportunity to come to Germany? And another one was the IT and computer science, the software engineers, the software developers, the data analysis, those things. This one is also very in a very high demand. I did a live video a while ago with Tafatso Chitoquindo, a guy from Zimbabwe who is doing the same. Who not the Ausbildung, but he's an IT specialist. You can also apply for an Ausbildung in logistics and transport. I've done a video also about that one. And also apply in the automotive and mechanical fields. As you know, when you hear that statement, the German cars, it's true here. They are very big company cars, like the headquarters of BMW is here, Audi is here, VW is here, Porsche is here, Mercedes Benz is here, so they need staff. You apply in such areas. If your strength is over there, they are going to consider you. So another question was about the costs. From the day you start saying, okay, now I'm preparing to go to Germany, until the first day you start your Ausbildung, roughly how much can one budget? So let's start at the beginning. You need the German language. So it's either you do it online or you attend a school where you go physically every day, or 5 days a week or so. You can budget between 200 to 300 euros per module, which is like A1 200 to 300, A2, and then A3. So you, to be safe, just budget about $1,000 for the German language school. And then when you are done with the lessons, you have to go and sit for your exams. Anyway, if in your country there was someone who wrote me saying, no, in my country there is no German language school or something, like an examination center, what should I do? Let's say, for example, you live in Bulawayo and there is no exam, but you can go and write either in Harare, or you can cross over and write in Johannesburg. So you just look, where are you in Botswana? If there is none, you go and write in Namibia. Just like that, you look, as long as you write it at a certified, a recognized institution. So after the language, that's the first part. For the exams, budget about $200 max for everything you will need for your exams. And then after the exam part, now it comes to the application and so on. For applications, you do not pay anything if you do the application yourself, unless you use an agent. Some agents are costly. It varies from agent to agent. I can't tell you the exact figure, but if you do it yourself, you do not pay a cent at all. You just type your CV, your application letter, which I did the videos, as you can see on the screen. And then when you have done that part of the applications, now you're going to do your interviews, right? When you are done, now you get your contract, which you have to submit at the embassy where you apply for your visa. For the visa application, the visa itself, the Ausbildung visa, it doesn't cost more than $100. I think it's about $90. So you can convert it into your own currency. That's the visa price. And then when you have got your visa coming to Germany now, again, it depends on the company where you are going to. Some offer to pay for your visa, offer to pay for your flight ticket. Some will say, no, you pay. When you get here, bring the receipts. We are going to pay you back. It depends on that company. So when you are now in the talking terms with your company, I would say ask them if they are going to cover all these costs for you or not. Also, not to make my channel to be boring with just the same thing every day, like I've got a cooking page on Instagram, so now I'll be also posting some recipes. I would love you to show me some love on my recipes, and also the other things that I do. You'll be seeing more of those things here. So, but I won't forget about the career. You'll be seeing it at least once a week. I have made a lot of content for the coming 2 to 3 months, so you'll be seeing everything here. Like always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. You just subscribe, it's for free, and you like and comment. When you leave comments, it helps me so much on my videos and the likes. And most of all, please do not skip the advertisements, right? You know, when you watch those advertisements, I get a little token of appreciation which will make me buy data, so I shoot and upload these videos for you. Thank you so much. People, that's it about the steps to take and the questions about the Ausbildung. I hope I made it clear. If you've got questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'm going to answer them when I wake up. Anyway, I wish you all a lovely day, and I will see you on my next video. Take care.